Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between. Welcome back, everybody. We've got another local strain from Utah that you can get other places. It's just it's gonna taste a little different. The strain we're going to be talking today is Gemini.
We
got this from
Pure Plan.
Pure Plan.
Yeah,
Pure Plan. Great
cultivar.
Yeah.
Same as Dragonfly. Same cultivar that grows Betty, Dragonfly, and Pure Plan.
Yeah.
But Gemini is the strain that we're checking out today. Gemini is actually a great strain mixed by crossing Two-Face OG.
Yeah.
And Area 41.
Area 41.
So there's no aliens here. I don't know what goes on in Area 41.
It's just all probes.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah,
It's just lots of seats. It's you don't get to fight it. If you do, they just put you on your face and
they spit on it?
They Velcro your arms to your calves.
Oh.
No way to fight it.
That just this sounds horrible. That reminds me of growing up. Like, my dad we'd paddle and it would bend over and grab your ankles. And if you didn't grab your ankles, you got paddled again. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So the Velcro strapped to you.
Man, what if you were pulling a bulldog and your balls were out there, didn't he?
Well, good thing I was little when I got paddled. So he stopped after a certain point.
That's hilarious.
I don't know.
Yeah. And that's why Brandon likes spankings. Anyway, so.
Harder, Daddy.
But Gemini is a hybrid. What do we know? Kind of a split, because you see conflicting things online. Sometimes they say it's a 50-50. Some they say it's more indica leaning.
They haven't given us a breakdown for it, but the terpene profile, like you were saying, a lot of them are more sativa based.
Yeah, they got beta caryophyllene, which is nice on the indica side because it's there to help out. But
it's got limonene, humulene, and linalool, which you notice a lot more still in sativa strains as well.
Especially limonene and humulene.
Yeah,
those ones really play.
And then it has a little bit of beta myrcene in here as well. Yeah, so I do like the Utah products that they do always give that breakdown of the terpene profile. Let us know, where are you at? Do you guys get that terpene profile? Do you get the cannabinoid breakdown? Or are you guys just basically getting, here's an indica, here's a sativa, here's a hybrid? Because I did get a product from Oklahoma recently, and that's exactly what it was labeled as, was just like, it's an indica, 1 point something terps, and
breakdown. It
felt like hemp. So, it was a terrible experience.
It's kind of like Fadeco, because Fadeco, there's like no information other than kind of a little bit on there, but it really doesn't tell you like what's the lineage, because it's so unique.
On their website, it gives you nothing. The better breakdown was on the packaging that it came with, because it gave us the terpene and the cannabinoid, but it still doesn't give you the genetic lines or like what it's made from, because I feel like a lot of theirs were custom grow.
Oh, they were totally were. They're great. It's just not a lot of
information.
Not a lot of information.
But that's how we help move the industry forward, is by making sure we request. So if you go to a place, maybe ask them, hey, do you guys know the terpene profile or the cannabinoid profile? Or can you get this information? Because if they don't know that that's what their customers are wanting, they have no idea that that's what they need to provide.
Truly.
Oh no, you missing a lighter?
No, I found it.
Okay.
We've been talking about this. We're probably like 5
haven't
minutes
even tried it. Yeah. Rookies. So this one has CBD, CBDA, CBG, and CBGA as well. So that's cool.
Kind of got a hemp flavor to this.
Oh, no.
I think it's just because no. Okay, it's more peppery.
Okay.
So the beta caryophyllene.
I was like, this one's such a nice, pretty, beautiful nug, and like, I would be disappointed if Dragonfly had a hemp flavored, cultivation.
The flavor's not my favorite, especially after having that last strain, GG. Had those coffee notes. It was really good. This is creamy, but it just doesn't. You know what I mean by creepy?
creeps up on you, the flavor or the experience?
No, creamy.
Oh,
like it's kind of a creamy hit.
Okay.
But the flavor's kind of
this one's known for grassy,
it's
and a
very
little
bitter.
bit of sweet notes, like
fucking grass.
Yeah, it says it's got like grape nose to it, so maybe on the fresh hints you might get grapey tones on the smell, but I don't on the flavor.
So the humulene can increase heart rate. I know that. And
are you feeling an increase?
Already, yeah. It's not uncomfortable. It's just noticeable. It's a nice balanced hybrid because I don't feel sleepy.
Yeah.
I've only taken a couple hits, but at the same time, I'm taking a couple hits from a bong. So it's not...
I think you're right. I think my heart is going just a little bit faster.
Yeah. I feel it going faster. I don't necessarily feel it in my face or anything like that. It doesn't feel weighted on me. I feel it in my upper back a little bit.
Okay, here's something interesting. So the description of this actually says the dominant terpene is terpinolene. However, that's not even on the breakdown of the dominant terpene list. So I'm very curious what the percentage of terpinolene is that's in here and what that note plays in maybe the grassy tones that we're getting from that.
And it could, but it's very odd. It's that grassy tone, but it also is very smooth. It almost feels like I've had dairy in my mouth. Like I had a nice, like the effect of ice cream in your mouth, right? Like after.
Yeah.
It's just a slight kind of coating. And that's what it feels like. I don't get dry mouth at all from this.
Not yet.
It's been nice. Last strain, real dry.
Oh, super bad cotton mouth.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great strain. It took you through a roller coaster of experience. This one, it's very mild. It's not super strong. I can say that on the pain relief side, yeah, a little bit. My hands have been hurting for a little bit. They still do. It's just because of the fluctuation of cold and heat, and I'm getting older. And it's not as bad right now. It feels really good. And it's not a real heady high.
I feel it like in the back of my neck.
Yes.
And
into my upper back.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't feel it like in the front of me right now.
Not at all.
And I feel like a second hit might help it develop a little bit more. But right now, I literally just feel it kind of like up at the top of the back of my head and cascading down the back.
Yeah, definitely.
Very unique.
Like a yarmulke.
Yeah, but with like a yarmulke with like a headdress going down the back.
Yeah, like it's pulling.
Yeah, because it's just I feel it all the way down my back, and that's it's
like lifting my head up. Like if I could go look at the stars, and I'd be okay.
This one's really supposed to be for like relaxation, and it's known for euphoric feelings.
The euphoria I definitely feel. I'm very happy, but I'm not stoned, which is nice because the last strain that we had, like I said, it went up real fast, and then it plateaued, and then it dipped down, and then it dropped down. It had levels. It kept dropping down to. This one is a nice steady flow. It didn't go too high. It's nice and level, very chill. I really like it. I like it for a hybrid. I really like it. Cereal Milk has been my favorite hybrid for a very long time. Yeah. It is a great strain. It tastes good. It's got that sweet, milky flavor to it. It's really great. But even though this is not the best tasting, I'd be okay.
It's not terrible, but it's definitely not the best flavor profile. This second hit, it's interesting. It brought it all around. So I started feeling it up the sides and in the front of my face, right behind my eyes. Very different.
Yeah, the dry mouth starting to come on, but it's not bad.
Nothing like the last one.
Oh man, it like hurt my mouth.
Interesting. The last strain with the dryness? Wow.
Like my lips.
Okay.
I kind of feel like they're chapped.
Oh.
They get that dry.
Yeah.
But this one, not at all. It's just a really nice mellow. I don't like the aftertaste. It's very bitter.
Yeah, the flavor is not my favorite with this one, but I actually don't mind the feeling in my head right now. I do notice that this has way more in my head than the last strain. However, this one is not like a fogginess with it. It's just I feel, well, I guess the last one I felt in my face. I just didn't feel it more up on the top as much.
Oh.
And this one I do feel in the top of my dome, down my face now. Not as much in my body as I do in my head.
No, I feel pretty good. I don't, I feel relaxed enough, even though now it's coming down a plateau. So it rides like this and then it drops down. The other one dropped down like that. This one is like a slow descent.
Nice.
So I don't feel too medicated. I don't feel slow. The other one I was starting to feel a little slow. This one, I'm getting a bit of a sativa kind of headache now. That's kind of weird. The last time I just felt a lot of pressure. This one is like a headache, but it's like a surface level headache. It's not like deep, like in my brain or something.
Yeah.
It's just like on the skin around my chrome dome.
Interesting.
Very strange.
See, right before you were going to say that you were getting headaches, I started having this weird little, almost like annoying pain at the back of the base of my skull. And I was like, And I wondered if it was just a tightness I'm feeling, if it's something that was already there that now I'm just noticing, or if it's brought on by the strain. But
it's very good, dude. It's a very unique strain. I don't think that the properties of this one is something that should be overlooked because of the taste. We, like you said, I mean, this is the same cultivar that grows for 3 different companies, right? And
4 now, I think. Didn't they have a 4th that came into their...
that does those carts.
What is the name of
I
that?
can't remember at the moment.
Zero,
yeah.
Zero. So you'll find products over at Utah as well from the Zero brand.
Yeah, Zero is pretty cool. They got, they're flavored.
Yeah.
And they're more economical. So if
they are, they're a little bit on the cheaper side. They have botanical terps, and they make it a little bit easier.
And it's a 510.
Yeah, 510 threads. It's easier barrier to entry for Utah products, I think.
Yeah, and it's really nice because the flavor's good. I remember some of my first carts that we got these gray market carts. They were called cereal carts. And the best part about it was the box you got it in. It looked like a cereal box. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like Cocoa Pebbles, Count Chocula,
Apple Jacks.
Then they had like the Sour Diesel one, which just said Sour Diesel.
Yeah.
But it was like all cool. It was like, it looked like tagging art, wall art, and fucking... Dude,
that was a long time ago.
It was a long ass time ago, but they were so tasty. Like the apple one tasted like ass.
Yeah, that one wasn't as good. But I think all the others, like Fruity Pebbles, oh my gosh, it tasted like Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, dude, it was so tasty.
It was wild.
It's not like that one we used to get, Limoncello.
Oh, yeah. That was tasty, too.
Was that Bangers?
I would like that. It was Bangers.
Hey,
I'd like to try
give
that.
a shout out if you guys have had Bangers before. Let us know. Like, yeah, dude, for sure. Just love those guys. We had that for years.
Well, and it's honestly, there's legacy products that people get sometimes that are, I hate to say it, there's some that are better than some of the ones that I've seen on
lately.
Real products, like from dispensaries. And I'm like, bro, step up your game.
Get that game up, because we have had, like, those are some of the best strains that we've had ever in a disty. They were wonderful.
I really got skeptical because it came around the time that there was a lot of literature being published about like the scare on black market carts, and then the consistency of them, and that's when we started noticing that they were thinner, that it was runnier and stuff. And I was like, no, I don't want to chance it.
They're cheating
and I didn't touch another cart until I started getting it from dispensaries again, because that's how we had started with carts, was the carts I would get to dispensaries.
Yeah, going to Colorado.
So then after that, once it was, well, these are here, I don't have to drive hours and hours and hours. But then it was, well, the quality is not matching up. So the quality is my biggest concern. If I'm going, well, this product is subpar or maybe dangerous. Okay, well, and a lot of people talk about fentanyl. honestly, what is the percentage of fentanyl-laced cannabis? Realistically,
it's pretty low. I mean, people die, but
they do. And I'm sure that there have been people that
totally
not trying to downplay those at all.
But the people who are like,
but the percentage of that, like how many people are getting more people to come back if their people are dying?
On top of that, I mean, with so many, either you have a dispensary close to you and relatively close to you. Maybe it's a few hours away.
Yeah.
Or you live close enough to a border of a state that has rec, and you can just go in there. Even medical states, even the medical state of Utah, like you can come in and get a temporary card while you're here.
If you have a qualifying condition that matches, yeah.
Totally.
But honestly, if you're going through Utah and you've got the money, everyone can say they have chronic pain lasting more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, seriously. Right?
Like, yeah.
And get your card and go purchase some of this local delicious stuff that we have been, we've been partial. Dragonfly flower by far, dude, has been the best. It tastes the best. It feels the best.
And we've seen what goes into the grow.
Yeah, totally.
That makes a big difference because I know from cultivar to cultivar, there's a lot lacking. And there's been stuff found in Utah products that's not been great that I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I would much rather find a cultivar that's trusted and I know and love what they're doing.
Well, and they're not so much focused on making sure that they get just the highest THC amount. They got the best terps.
Ooh.
The best everything.
And Magic, this strain that just came out that is a high CBG strain.
Yeah, we've smoked it twice.
Amazing. And that is a cultivar. Like that is a dragonfly cultivar. And you can't get that from many of the other. I think it's actually a Betty Wellness.
Yeah,
that it's being labeled under.
But it is a very awesome strain. It does a lot for those who suffer from anxiety and from depression. That's a fantastic strain
and
for
pain.
That. Oh, dude.
That helped so much with even the pain that I had
CBG,
that day.
a sativa that hit you with the CBG. That was cool. It's like one of my favorite top 5 strains of all time.
Hands down. Yeah.
And it's an original. It's an original from these guys.
Yeah,
so they're
their own custom grow.
Yeah.
So if you are in Utah or if you're coming through, go check out Magic. And also, I mean, I would check out Gemini. I really like this strain.
Yeah, this has been a really nice. It's not too much.
The flavor's dissipated, so you don't really have, I don't have that now.
It was very bitter.
But the experience is nice. I don't feel really a racing heart. The last strain was just very chill.
Yeah, it was
with
very chill.
no racing heart or anything. So
there's
just
it's only at first. I mean, and the reason why, I mean, maybe I've said this before, it's reverse tachycardia. What's happening to your blood pressure is that when you actually smoke cannabis and the feeling goes into it, it starts to drop your blood pressure, and as a response to it, the body increases your blood pressure. That's why if you smoke cannabis and you check your blood pressure and it's higher, it's usually because your body and the terpenes that you've consumed, it's shooting it up. But not all of them are going to do that. Not all of them are going to drop your blood pressure.
It's true.
And this one is one of those. That's why. Like, I know it, but it was only slight. It wasn't
it wasn't a crazy racing. It was just a notice of a
paranoid
difference.
Ones.
Yeah. Some of them have way more tightness and stuff. And you're like, oh man.
Isn't that weird? That last one kind of like
got choked a little bit.
Yeah, it was it was weird. It was like right around there. But this one is nice. Very level. Yeah, you could have a conversation on this.
It's not the same chatty, like giggly fun.
No.
But it's a nice, relaxing, like it could be good for the end of the day. If you've had a long day, whether it's mental or physical or emotional, like this could be a good end of the day. Just kind of relax, let your mind unwind.
Yeah. I think it'd be great for going out to eat with a bunch of friends or with just your significant other, not kids. This just like, fuck, if I got to listen to these guys complain about my chicken nuggets are not cooked well, or I don't like these French fries, or I'm not eating the vegetables. Like, I don't want that shit. I just want to go, sit,
right,
and eat.
And enjoy it. Not have to worry about any of that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you notice, like, when you're at dinner, if it's a good dinner, you just talk about how good the dinner is. You don't talk about anything else.
Because you're like, oh, fuck, this is so good.
Dude, I know when I hit it out of the park when I cook at home, when I hit some when nobody's talking.
Yeah.
Everybody's just eating.
Like,
they're like, this
all right,
is awesome.
And then it's like, Dad, can I have seconds? Yeah.
Oh, just
okay.
That's like, I mean, I cook so much. I got a whole football team I'm cooking for almost every night. And dude, it's just like, I know it. This strain would be good for the Mr. and Mrs. or, whatever. You get your significant other and you to be able to enjoy your dinner, even with the kids. Go smoke this out in the garage and just chill. I mean, it's nice. It's really nice. I could sit and be cool. I would want to play with my kids. Because I know, my kid's like, hey, when we talked about stuff that you're probably not into, you're right.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but you're not. And you're just like, you're just tolerating it. And you're just like, and when you smoke something like Gemini, you're just going to stop and go, dude, fucking, you're not going to get this time back.
Like, yeah.
Just do it.
Let's be into this. Like, sure.
Why you got to be such a stick up the ass, right? A sharp one with barbs.
That's because everyone's so stressed about everything else in life.
Fucking A.
That it's like, hey, I can't deal with this right now. I know you're just trying to be a kid, but I'm dealing with all of this.
Yeah, and I need to have time for myself to disappear into fantasy, book, movie,
or
game.
like doom scrolling or something. And it's like,
oh, even worse.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch a movie.
And I'm like, okay. And I've thought about that too, because I think it was you recently or someone was saying that like TV is a dissociative, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can see that now. So the more that I'm sitting there in front of a TV or something, I'm like, why? Why am I disassociated? Like, what is my reason here? Why am I like choosing to do that?
I think that social media is dissociative because you're not getting anything for it. There's really no dopamine from it. It's an addiction because you got dopamine before and you have to keep scrolling to get the same dopamine.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed that. Like if I'm on Reels on Facebook because I'm old and when I'm going through it, I find myself getting to videos and I'll just keep going until one of them makes me laugh. And when it makes me laugh, then I'm like, all right, I'm here. I'm engaged. I'm in. And I will spend an hour and a half like that. And for what? There's no payoff.
Yeah.
And so that's even more like, as I was saying, like I'd rather watch a movie.
Yeah.
And I've been having to force myself. Like I find things, I'm like, hey, Jess, I have to argue with myself now. I'm like, you could play video games or you can go take your ass to the gym. Like I told you last night, I haven't been going very much at all because of all those things that happen in my life. And I'm getting out of sync with where I was at. And I was doing good. It was the only thing holding me together. Weed and the gym were the only things keeping me together. Like I was falling apart. But now just thinking about something like this strain, like I would be really chill.
Yeah, it'd be perfect for that.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is like you don't want to play with your kid, but your kid wants to play with you because you've been working all week, and he sees you every once in a while. She sees you every once in a while. They see yourself once in a while. Whatever. Hey, you smoke this, you'll be interested in whatever the fuck they're talking about.
I think it's good too because this one doesn't seem to have allow a lot of noise in your mind.
No,
like it's kind of quieted the noise and allowed it to, like you said, be here, be in that moment, be present to play with your kid or to talk with your spouse or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or even reflect on you, to sit here and, talk to yourself and go argue with yourself and go, no, hey, get your ass to the gym or, all these things that
I could do something more.
Yeah.
And you don't have to feel bad for playing video games or watching movies or even doom scrolling. Just understand what you're doing with it and know that.
Why? Like, what's your reason? It's fine to have it.
This is, talking about disassociative, that's what this kind of strain is from pulling you away from that. Like, I don't feel like I would rather sit here and have this conversation. I'd rather go out and shoot a bow or go play frisbee golf or do something.
Yeah.
Like I go longboarding, and I have no desire to go longboarding. But right now, I'd be like, yeah, fuck, let's go. Right. Like I just feel like, fuck it.
Well, all right, guys, I guess that's it. We're leaving. We're going to go board.
Yeah, there you go, right? No, hey, this was awesome. Go check it out. Gemini. Gemini is available almost everywhere.
Yeah, you can find it all over the place.
Yeah, give it a shot. Yeah, see if you can just buy a little bit.
Low and slow. Yeah. If you're in a state and you're new to cannabis, you can sometimes even get as small as 1 gram.
Yeah, and if you're starting out, get a vaporizer. Get a vaporizer. Don't be getting this jet filtration.
Or like a tiny puff on a joint. I know some people really struggle with the idea or concept of smoking, but if that's something you can do or are okay with doing, like share a joint with a bunch of people. Just take a little puff, because that's all you need at the beginning. Yeah, just a little bit. You pass it around, and if you've been listening, you're a longtime listener, you're pretty much a steward of cannabis now. So you need to take that on like, hey, it's my responsibility with new people coming in to not make it one of the worst experiences that I've ever had. Just go low and slow and take it easy. Know what works. Thanks for everyone at home. Thanks for our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. We're trying to get new cameras and maybe design a new setup here. So yeah, we want to do a few different things, get some chairs, get a cool table, get closer. Yeah. So we can hold hands and shit. So take care, everybody.